North Carolina, a convicted murderer who escaped from prison Saturday is now back in custody. Police say 29-year-old Christopher McNeil broke out with the help of a prison employee. He was picked up walking along a road more than 80 miles from the prison. A kitchen worker was charged yesterday with helping McNeil escape.
Two different lightning strikes in northern Minnesota sent 3 people to the hospital. First happened in Cherry Township around 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. A man and his daughter were struck while walking at a baseball game. The man, 51-year-old Jay Mott, was critically injured. His 4-year-old daughter was also hurt, but not as seriously. The St. Louis County Sheriff's Office credits a group of bystanders for giving the man CPR. Then around 4 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday, a 12-year-old boy was hospitalized after he was struck by lightning in Duluth. This photo from the Duluth News Tribune shows the scene as first responders cared for the boy. Happened at Anger Golf Course on the driving range. Managers shut down the course for the remainder of the day. At last report, the boy was listed in critical condition.
The U.S. Supreme Court is expected to announce its decisions on 3 remaining cases today. The court decided its 2 blockbuster cases last week by declaring same-sex couples can marry in all 50 states. Court also upheld a critical part of the health care overhaul. So here's a look at the remaining 3 cases. There are important questions about a controversial drug that was used in botched executions. Another ruling is expected on congressional redistricting. Can states use independent commissions that cut out lawmakers from one political party? And the last decision deals with limits on mercury emissions and other toxic pollutants from power plants. Tens of thousands of people celebrated the marriage ruling over the weekend in Minneapolis at this year's Pride Parade. The chant "Love Wins" seemed to be the unofficial anthem this year. It was the hashtag trending on Twitter and the chant trending in the streets. Organizers estimate that more than 150,000 people packed the streets of downtown Minneapolis yesterday.
Some Americans upset by the Supreme Court ruling are asking lawmakers for legal protections. For example, some owners of wedding or catering businesses who want to refuse service to same-sex couples on religious grounds. We talked with a law professor at Hamlin who said laws like that are unlikely to hold up.
It's different when you say, I'm not marrying someone in my church. That's free exercise of religion, the religion. But to actually say I'm going to interfere with interstate commerce is very difficult.
Some Republican presidential candidates are pushing for a constitutional amendment allowing each state to come up with its own definition of marriage.
Today, NTSB investigators will arrive at the scene of a deadly plane crash in Massachusetts. This plane had taken off from Lancaster Airport in Pennsylvania when it somehow crashed into a house in Plainville, Massachusetts. Officials say the residents managed to escape, but 2 adults and a juvenile on board the plane were killed.
For the 3rd time in 8 months, an unmanned rocket breaks up after launch. The SpaceX rocket was set to resupply the International Space Station. Blasted off from Cape Canaveral, Florida yesterday, then broke up before entering Earth's orbit. The rocket was carrying 5,000 pounds of supplies. NASA says the space station crew still has enough supplies on board to last until October. Also on board, though, a high school science experiment by a group of students that lost an experiment in the last rocket that blew up.
There are some local kids, too, from Minnehaha Academy that had an experiment on board that rocket, and that also is, of course, gone. A Twin Cities home where F. Scott Fitzgerald once lived is now up for sale. If you've always wanted to live on Summit Avenue, here's your chance. $665,000. This home in St. Paul just listed last week. Fitzgerald, of course, the famous jazz age author, lived there for a couple of stretches starting in 1914. Realtors tell the Pioneer Press the current owner has lived there for 34 years and is now moving to northern Minnesota. House was built in 1889, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths. I was looking at the listing. It's about 3,400 square feet.
It's a beautiful house.
Taxes, well, it was assessed at like $470,000, so taxes were below $10,000 a year. So.
What a bargain.
On Summit, not bad. Not bad. Yeah.
With some of those homes, that is a bargain.
I've looked a time or two, and you're like, oh, yep, nope.
Yep, nope, not happening.